Plenty Valley FM presents Sig's Flicks.
Well, we're on air with Sig Anderson. How are you, Sig?
I'm good. Yes, indeed. We've got lots happening in the film world, and the films are coming front and center nowadays because we've got two totally different films released just Thursday on the same day, which doesn't happen often, but it does when the film studios want to introduce films that are totally different. For example, we've got Barbie, which has come on with Barbie glitz and glamour and worldwide shortage of pink materials and everything. With Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling in this glitzy film, which is a very good film. It's quite interesting seeing all the glitz and glamour and pink with Margot Robbie and roller skating and lots of a good pop soundtrack, and it's quite good. But that's up against the other one, much more serious film, Oppenheimer, which is also screening at the same time. And this one about the Oppenheimer World War II Manhattan Project to develop and disastrously use the atomic bomb, closing out World War II, of course. So these films released together are really bringing things out for the film world, just from Thursday. So it's incredible to see a lot of these films happening at the same time, because often it doesn't happen. But these are two totally different films, and many people are seeing them at the same time on this weekend. So it's pretty incredible the way things are going there. We have a situation where the studios actually call this counter-programming, where they release films together at the same time. And I think this Christopher Nolan, the director of Oppenheimer, had this happen to him earlier, several years ago, when they had a very serious film, Batman's Dark Knight, was released against Mamma Mia, a nice frothy pop musical, which was very good in a totally different way. And this is they do this to attract different audiences, but it's happening that many people are seeing the same films on the same day. This is the new coined word, Barbenheimer. So they go through there. And the debate is whether they're going to see this film first, or whether they're going to see it second, or which order you see it in. And many people in Australia are actually doing this, and this is the first time in a while as films have been right out front and center in film country. We have film culture when we have two big films released the same time, and it's really bringing things out. And so we want to check those out. I haven't been able to see these films myself because I've been out of Melbourne, so I'll be able to check them out and give you reviews in ensuing weeks, and we'll be able to see exactly how they work. But we go through these things, and it's pretty incredible the way people, they want to split the audiences. That's why they release them, and they go through and put them out at the same time. So a double feature there. We've also got, as you can imagine, a support industry of custom merchandise and double feature endorsements coming from various people, which come in to make this other. The whole idea is to capture completely different audiences, and this time they get it by putting them on the same time, and people can go through there. So whether you want to see these films, it's a frothy, good time film, Barbie, with a lot of nice, self-indulgent and quite exuberant soundtrack, as you can imagine. Lots of pink, and going up against Oppenheimer, which is much more serious. Barbie comes in at 2 hours. It's not as long as Oppenheimer, which is a much bigger commitment at 3 hours. And if you want to see Oppenheimer, I would suggest get in at IMAX. It's a much bigger sound. We're talking about the atomic bomb here. So it's fantastic sound sensation at IMAX, and also the visuals, of course, on the bigger screen. The word is IMAX is booked out a bit, so you might want to get in if you want to get tickets. Maybe you might have more luck in the daytime if you want to go in there. And the situation with the other films we have, we can go through those there. Now, coming in with these films, it's so good to see films front and center, as I say, after the pandemic, and a couple of big films like this. They help each other out and support each other by having being right in there. So, such a good job from writer-director Greta Gerwig on Barbie to go in there. Now, if you want to see some of these films, you might want to get in quick because a lot of films are stopping, and a lot of production for film and television with the writers and actors strike in the U.S. It's the first time this has happened since the 1960s, and it is a little bit difficult to get through this, and some of the productions are winding down there. So this is already having an effect in Australia, where some productions are ceasing and not going on because the actors are not available. And so we could see a situation where, we are seeing a situation where production is stopping and things are going to dry up a bit till they resolve that. The actors are saying that this could go well into next year. So while there's a standoff there with the production companies and the actors and the writers, then we will we'll have to look forward to not seeing quite as many films as we might have. So there you go. Check out those things there. So the other thing you might want to notice is there is still a couple of the dying last week of the Scandinavian Film Festival, which I've talked about previously. That will be going, is going now, so you'll be able to see that. Several films through there, coming right through till August 2. So there's plenty of chance to see those films. And once again, you got films from Scandinavian countries, Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway, Sweden, and a couple of Scandi Screamers, some of the weird and wonderful ones going there in the Scandi Festival. So that is finishing up very closely to the Melbourne International Film Festival, which is coming up through from August 3rd. And that is the big film festival of the year going through there. There'll be film screening before and after going through the next couple of weeks there, as well as online. So there's lots of films you can check out and see at the Melbourne International Film Festival, which, as I said, goes through from there. So yeah, there's you can see many things there, and I will be going over some of the things involved with the myth in the next couple of weeks, so we'll be able to see some of those. Now, do we have a few messages? Will I go on with it?
Yes, it's time for some messages.
Almost 1 in 3 Australians has high blood pressure. You could be one of them. High blood pressure is a leading cause of cardiovascular disease in Australia, killing 50,000 people each year.
I'm over 55.
I've put on quite a bit of weight recently.
I love a meat pie and chips and enjoy a few beers with my mates.
My dad has high blood pressure. My mum used to as well, but I think she's got it under control now.
Sound familiar? Then you might have high blood pressure and could be at risk of heart attack, stroke or kidney disease. High blood pressure is a serious condition. See your doctor to have your blood pressure checked. If it is high, your doctor will discuss treatment options to help you reach your blood pressure goal and reduce your cardiovascular risk. Learn how to take the pressure down today. A message from the High Blood Pressure Research Council of Australia and Kidney Health Australia.
The best in local news. 88.6
Honey Valley FM.
Well, we're back on air with Sig Anderson. We've been talking about some very interesting movies as well as the Melbourne International Film Festival coming up very shortly.
Yes, indeed. And I'm looking forward to that one myself. That's coming up from August 3rd, and we once again have films. I'll be going more information over this in a couple of weeks, but basically we'll have films online for a couple of weeks after the season in the theaters right throughout various locations in Melbourne. And once again, that opens on August 3, coming up shortly. So there's the Bright Horizons section, which has new and emerging films from Australian filmmakers. That's sponsored by Myth, which is actually encouraging people to come out. We've got incredible headliners, of course, the main section of films from around the world. And we got Myth Play, which is the films you can see at home through screening and through by subscription through there as well. So you might want to see the difference there. That's filming in the second week. And this retrospective and current Australian films coming through, and the incredible Australian film shorts section, which is a Academy Award accredited short film competition. So we'll be able to see some there. So lots of things happening at the Myth Film Festival, Melbourne International Film Festival, coming up then. But yeah, you can see some of those. Once again, you've got a couple weeks now to see the last films from the Scandinavian Film Festival, and I still got to catch up with a few of them myself. But there's so many films going on; it's difficult to catch them. But getting on top of those, it's we have, of course, the big ones, Barbie and Oppenheimer. But 2 other monster films are out as well, which you're going to want to check out if you haven't yet. I've talked about it before, but Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford is still screening, and that is an incredible romp through a lot of action. And Harrison Ford in his 80s is still going well. And this one, with the de-aging for early scenes, we can have him there. And also, we have Mission Impossible, of course, with Tom Cruise, and this is one of the biggest currently released films, which is only bringing things back in. So monster films out there for you guys to see. Tom Cruise is going well in this one. With it's almost anticlimactic when it's been such a hyped his motorcycle jump with a parachute from a cliff face, and you when you finally see this in the film, you say, "Oh yeah, we've seen this many times," and it's been really publicized and marketed quite heavily. So, but there's a lot of action in this film, and it goes through, as you can imagine, Tom Cruise doing many of his stunts through that one. So there's lots of things there you can see to get on from them. Now, you might want to see as well some of the other films you have that are currently screening, which I think you'll find are available for you, and the some of the ones that you definitely want to see before they go out, and hopefully you have a check to see them yet. We have The Bank of Dave, which is a great little film about an English guy who gets a bank going in a country town when the banks want to close down. That's still currently screening. And a couple other ones you might want to check out. We have Carmen, which is an incredible film with dancing and loosely based on the Carmen, Bizet Carmen story. And you want to check that one out. We've also got the film, which is currently screening, which you might have missed out, The Giants, and that was about the Tasmanian, saving the Tasmanian forests and some of the protest movements there. So a couple of films you might want to check out there, but the big ones are out there, and I'm sure you'll be able to see them. And that's what I'll have time for, Hillary.
Thank you very much, Sig. You're listening to your local station, 88.6 for Plenty Valley FM. It's Valley Lifestyles.